TSA agents confiscate approximately 1,500 jars of peanut butter every single month. Why? Because most travelers don't realize it counts as a liquid. In 2024, the list of what counts as a liquid will shock you, and it goes way beyond your water bottle and shampoo. I spent 3 weeks researching the exact items that get tossed at security checkpoints most often, including several that were perfectly fine to bring just last year. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to pack in your checked bag versus your carry-on, saving you money and airport stress. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Did you know that peanut butter counts as a liquid at TSA? Most travelers find out the hard way, standing at security watching their $8 jar get tossed in the trash. It's one of those travel moments that leaves you scratching your head, wondering how something you can literally stand a spoon in could possibly be considered a liquid. Here's the thing, the TSA's definition of liquid is way more expansive than what most of us learned in science class. They're not just looking for water bottles and shampoo. According to their guidelines, anything that can conform to the shape of its container or that can spread or smear falls into their liquid category. This single definition is responsible for more confiscated items at security than you might imagine. You probably know about the famous 311 rule. Liquids must be in containers of 3.4 ounces or less, all fitting in one quart-sized bag, with just one bag per passenger. Seems straightforward enough, right? But this is where travelers get tripped up, because the TSA's definition of liquid includes tons of items you'd never think twice about tossing in your carry-on. Let's talk about food items that secretly qualify as liquids. That container of hummus you bought as a healthy airport snack? Liquid. The yogurt you packed for breakfast on the plane? Also a liquid. Even that thick, chunky salsa you love might be classified as a liquid if it's particularly saucy. Cream cheese for your bagel? You guessed it. Considered a liquid by TSA standards. The confusion doesn't stop at food items either. Your beauty bag is probably filled with liquid offenders you never suspected. That tube of mascara? Liquid. Lip gloss? Definitely liquid. Your fancy foundation, expensive sunscreen, and even that hair gel you can't travel without all fall under the liquid classification. Some travelers have even had certain types of solid deodorants flagged because they contain gel components. What makes this particularly painful is the financial hit. Think about that specialty food item you picked up as a souvenir, or that high-end beauty product you splurged on. If they exceed 3.4 ounces and you accidentally pack them in your carry-on, you're facing a tough choice at security. Either throw away something you just spent good money on, or miss your flight to figure out shipping options. The science behind why TSA classifies these items as liquids actually makes sense from a security perspective. Items that can change shape, spread, or conform to containers can potentially be used to conceal prohibited materials. That's why they're subject to the same restrictions as more obvious liquids like water or juice. And just when you think you figured it all out, there's more. Some specialty items and souvenirs present even trickier situations. Those fancy olive oils from Italy? Liquid. That local honey from a farmer's market? Liquid. Even some candles and wax products can be considered liquids if they're particularly soft or meltable. So how do you avoid the disappointment of watching your items get tossed at security? The best approach is to adopt a simple mental test. Ask yourself, can this change shape or spread if I squeeze it? If the answer is yes, it's probably considered a liquid in TSA's eyes. When in doubt, either keep it under 3.4 ounces or pack it in your checked luggage. While that mental test works for liquids, TSA's rulebook gets even more puzzling when we talk about everyday items. In 2024, their scanning technology has received a major upgrade, and it's flagging things that used to breeze through security without a second glance. Those innocent looking souvenirs, toys, and even certain electronics in your bag. They might now be the reason you're standing awkwardly to the side while an agent rummages through your carefully packed carry-on. The most surprising change that's catching travelers off guard involves food. In 2023, TSA implemented a new requirement that most people still haven't caught on to. Every single food item now needs to come out of your carry-on and go into a separate bin, just like your laptop and toiletries, that granola bar, bag of trail mix, or sandwich you packed for the flight. They all need their own special moment in the security spotlight. This isn't about confiscation. They're not taking your snacks, but forgetting this step will absolutely get you pulled aside aside for additional screening, adding unnecessary stress and delays to your journey. Then there's the toy dilemma that's ruining family vacations. That adorable foam sword or plastic lightsaber your child got at Disney World? TSA agents won't be impressed by its obvious fakeness. Any toy that resembles a weapon, no matter how cartoonish or bright colored, is prohibited in carry-ons and will be confiscated faster than you can say, "May the Force be with you." Water guns, foam swords, and even certain action figures with tiny removable weapons are all landing in the TSA trash bin, leaving children in tears and parents scrambling to explain why their $50 souvenir is now gone forever. Holiday travelers face their own special headaches. Those festive Christmas crackers that make a satisfying snap when pulled apart. Completely banned from carry-on luggage due to their minor explosive mechanism. And remember snow globes? Unless they're smaller than a tennis ball, they're staying behind at security. That beautiful handcrafted snow globe from your trip to Aspen contains too much liquid for the 311 rule and will be unceremoniously confiscated. Even electronics, which we're used to removing from our bags, have new restrictions that might surprise you. Full-sized gaming consoles need special attention now, particularly those with lithium batteries. That Nintendo Switch or portable charger needs to be packed carefully, as improperly stored lithium batteries can trigger alarms or even be deemed unsafe for air travel. The days of tossing your electronics into your bag without a second thought are over. Perhaps most concerning are the everyday tools that travelers don't think twice about. That Swiss Army knife you always carry? The multi-tool that's been in your backpack since college? The sewing scissors longer than 4 inches? All prohibited. What's particularly troubling is how many common household items fall into this category. Corkscrews with small blades, metal nail files, and even some keychains with pointed ends can all be flagged as potential weapons. The financial impact of these confiscations adds up quickly. That multi-tool might have cost $50. The snow globe, maybe $30. The toy lightsaber, easily $75 at Galaxy's Edge. Within seconds, you could lose hundreds of dollars worth of items simply because you weren't aware of the rules. For budget-conscious travelers, these unexpected losses can put a serious dent in your vacation fund. What makes this especially frustrating is that most of these items could easily be packed in checked luggage instead. The problem is that travelers simply don't know what's allowed and what isn't until they're standing at security watching their belongings disappear. Think about this for a second. Every year, TSA confiscates about $2 million worth of items from travelers who simply didn't know the rules. That's not pocket change. That's thousands of people watching their expensive purchases get tossed into those infamous blue bins, never to be seen again. The truth is, the most expensive airport mistake isn't that $15 sandwich or $8 bottle of water. It's the designer sunscreen, specialty food items, or travel gadgets that end up abandoned at security checkpoints nationwide. Before your next trip, take 5 minutes to download the TSA app. It literally pays for itself the first time you avoid having something confiscated. Remember, your vacation actually starts at security. Pack smart, arrive prepared, and you'll glide through those checkpoints while others are sadly watching their belongings get tossed away. Travel doesn't have to be stressful. It just takes a little knowledge to make it smooth.